If you've ever wondered whether the carnivore diet is actually good or actually bad, get this. Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, just went on Joe Rogan recently. And if you haven't caught the episode yet, Elon didn't hold back, sharing some very controversial truths about eating meat and the carnivore diet that have sent shock waves through the diet community as a whole. What he revealed honestly might change the way we view the carnivore lifestyle forever. And we are breaking it all down for you right now.
Performance when sleep deprived. Mental
okay.
performance when sleep deprived increases pretty measurably when you supplement with creatine.
Is creatine naturally occurring in like steak or?
Yeah, it's like naturally occurring in meat, I think. I think that's where it's coming from. I think it's primarily an animal-based thing. Yeah, but
like I did switch to like steak and eggs for breakfast, and I found that's like a power-up.
oh yeah.
Power
Yeah,
up.
well, we're all overrun with carbohydrates.
Yeah, totally.
And like carbohydrates make this big crash, the rise and the crash,
totally.
the rise and the crash.
Yep.
You stay flat if you eat like a primarily high protein, high fat diet.
Yeah.
Your body runs off ketosis, essentially.
I mean, I just have like steak and eggs, no bread or anything.
Yeah.
That's the way.
And,
It's great.
It's great, actually. It's a power-up, I'd say.
People dismiss this whole carnivore diet thing because in our heads,
He
there's
just
a
said
lot
the
of
term,
propagandists that put this thing out there that animal agriculture is the #1 contributor to global warming.
Yeah, it's rubbish. It's
Bullshit.
not true. Bullshit.
It's hot bullshit.
Doesn't matter.
Not only is it hot bullshit,
But
but the real problem is factory farming.
Exactly.
Regenerative farming is carbon neutral if it doesn't sequester carbon.
the animals are not going to make any difference to global warming. Like none.
No,
Zero.
it's
zero.
horseshit.
Zero,
Wow.
zero, zero, nothing.
Do you think that that's just propaganda because of people that have a vested interest in like plant-based meat products and things along those lines, green energy?
I think it's part of it. You know, you're generally going to get people pushing to avoid meat. Like some people just, maybe they've got a financial interest. Maybe they're just like vegetarians or vegans or whatever.
Ideological interest.
Ideological reasons. But it's not going to make any difference to global warming or, the CO2 concentration in the atmosphere, really, if people eat fewer steaks. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Irrelevant. I want to just be super clear about that.
Yeah.
It will not matter. You will not even be able to measure it. Okay? That's how irrelevant it is.
Isn't it funny that that's
unmeasurable?
That's
Unmeasurable.
a heretic speaking. Like that's crazy talk now. Nowadays, it's like you have to say that we have to eat less meat. No, meat is
You
bad.
can totally eat as much meat as you want. It's not going to make a difference.
Sing it.
Thank
Sing
you
it.
for
Whole
saying
world.
that.
Yeah, absolutely.
my gosh.
If somebody says it does make a difference, I'm like, how will you measure it? And if you can't even measure it, then it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, I won't be able to measure it.
Exactly.
Oh my
Like, how do you measure it? You can't measure it. We just finished watching it. Wow. Just that 1.5 minute of footage of them just talking briefly about carnivore diet and Elon's experience eating steak and eggs and how it doesn't affect the environment, I think is going to really change a lot of people's minds about eating meat. In fact, I think he explicitly said eating meat is not going to ruin the environment, period.
I mean, that just also goes to show that they're talking about the carnivore diet. It is so much more mainstream and it's helping heal a lot.
Absolutely. I also want us to go one step further and talk a little bit about what this could mean to heal humanity. We both have tried the whole vegan movement, vegan lifestyle, where all of the people and the celebrities definitely do vouch for the vegan diet and saying it is the best diet for the environment. It's the best diet not just for the environment, but also for human bodies. And I'll speak for myself first. The amount of damage that eating vegan caused on my hormones, my physical health, my mental health, I lost my period. So I essentially just became infertile. That's devastating for a young woman. I started veganism when I was 18 and I was vegan for 6 years, so up until 24. And those are the years that I could have developed even more as a young woman. So if there's anything that I say in response to what Elon and Joe briefly talked about when it comes to eating meat, is that if you're a woman and you're contemplating even a little bit about going vegan, take what I'm saying seriously. Don't go vegan. You don't have to even go carnivore. Keep eating meat. it is going to do your body and your health so many favors. It is literally going to heal humanity, in my opinion.
Exactly. As Bella shared, I also do have a vegan history as well. I was vegan for 8 years myself, and it was just a slow progression of feeling worse and worse every year. I went into it believing and hoping and wishing and fully investing in the vegan life, in the vegan lifestyle, up until the point where I just knew that my body needed to change. I had to experiment, and I had to break down every belief that I had put up around veganism to see if animal foods would save my life. And they absolutely did, as they did Bella's.
Elon talking about his whole like, oh, I eat steak and eggs for breakfast, specifically no bread. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You are starting your day off as strong as you possibly can when you're eating steak and eggs or just steak for breakfast. No carbs, no bread, no sugar. And he basically probably after that moment when he said that, he probably turned thousands, if not tens of thousands of people to be interested in this lifestyle. And maybe talk a little bit about only 72 days in, like what has really dramatically improved for you so far?
Yes, of course. Also with how Elon shared about the creatine being in steak naturally.
Yes.
Yes. And just the fact that he said it's a power up, like there's so many points that he shared about how important it is to eat an animal-based carnivore breakfast.
Absolutely.
And for me personally, I noticed a huge difference how he said no bread. For me, removing carbohydrates totally, it just upped my power. I felt that power up just like he did. And for me, my energy has increased. My energy is way more stable throughout the day. I'm not having crashes. I do require less sleep. I have more energy. That's very interesting. My ability to exercise and work out has increased. I had to increase my incline. I had to increase my speed. I lowered my body fat.
She's literally aging in reverse. I have seen with my own eyes hundreds, if not thousands of women. They go on a ketogenic diet. They're struggling. They have the sugar cravings. They never really fully feel free from food, but then they give carnivore diet a try and it is the best decision of their lives. They feel better. They feel that food freedom, and also they look younger and younger and younger. So just focus on eating meat without feeling guilty or shameful about it, you know?
As far as what you're saying with shame, like we both left the vegan lifestyle. There is a lot of shame and thrown at people that do leave the vegan life.
Oh yeah.
Because they are told also that they were never vegan. Yeah. I have been told that myself. And if you believe in something so much and you're doing it to the full extent, you try everything, to be told by somebody else that you never did it correctly is not only not true, but honor your own experience and fully believe that what your body is telling you and what you're experiencing is actually something that, oh, maybe I need to look into, is this diet actually working for me? Is this lifestyle working for me? Is me giving my life to this way of life actually benefiting me and the planet and humanity?
That reminded me of what Joe asked Elon, like, do you think there are these people that are invested in the whole movement of eating only plants and the vegan diet? Like, not only is this a win for us as a carnivore community, but for humans to understand the truth about health and diet, because yes, there is a lot of investment in the whole plant-based movement and eating cereal for breakfast and eating all these processed junk foods because there's ulterior motives at stake here. And so now with this important conversation happening and more people speaking up for what's actually the truth and what's actually brainwashing, I feel very hopeful for everybody's health and everybody's future and understanding for what truly is good food, healthy food versus what is actually bad foods and foods that we should be cutting out ASAP. I did want to just share how important it is for new carnivores and people just starting this lifestyle to focus on electrolytes. What you can do to start off carnivore the best way possible is just to make sure that you're salting all of your carnivore meals really generously. Of course, use a high quality salt like Redmond sea salt or Celtic salt, and I'll make sure to link them down below. But if it doesn't help with your adaptation symptoms like your headaches, muscle cramping, lower energy, less endurance in the gym, these are all very common signs of adaptation and also of electrolyte imbalance. If salting heavier doesn't help with those symptoms, then it could be time to lean on a very high quality electrolyte supplement temporarily. The one that I always recommend is from the brand Element, right here, spelled out LMNT, and specifically this blue teal colored box labeled raw unflavored. I really like this one because it is only the 3 ingredients: sodium, potassium, potassium, magnesium. Here's what each of the little packets look like. Super convenient. You just throw as many packets as you need in your work bag, travel bag, rip one open, pour it in whatever you're drinking, mix it up, drink it down, and you're good to go. You all can get a free sample pack with any purchase, and it does include the raw and flavored if you go to the URL shown on the screen, drinklmnt.com/SBGAL. I've also linked them down below. Your experience is your truth. Don't let anybody ever take that away from you. And we both experienced very similar deteriorating like paths when we went down the vegan lifestyle. Hearing this conversation, I feel like really discredits like the whole legitimacy of a vegan diet, because not only are you not really saving the planet after all, right? Yeah. And you're not really saving your health. Like, what is the point?
We can start getting into agenda and the pushing of plant-based and of pushing vegan ways of living. I never felt more sick and more weak in my life than when I was vegan. And I've never felt more full of energy, full of health, and just this sense of calm in my body that I never experienced with any other way of eating.
Absolutely.
Truly just the most body calming, mind calming, spirit calming way of living that I've ever experienced.
Yeah. Same here. And I'm 6 years into carnivore. I say this all the time, but even after 6 years of eating nothing but animal foods, and I'm eating a very high fat carnivore diet, the journey has only been getting better. It's really just an uphill journey and experience. And unlike the vegan diet, nothing has been deteriorating or falling apart. It like literally has just been strengthening, healing, repairing. I'm not eating for pleasure anymore. I don't view food as a way to entertain, to numb out certain emotions. I see food purely as fuel to make me feel incredible so that I can do the things that I want to do in life. And I think every young woman deserves to feel this way effortlessly without having to use drugs, without having to use tons and tons of caffeine and energy drinks and, fad diets or like juice cleanses. Like, let's stop brainwashing and promoting this type of thing and saying that it's totally normal and okay to lean on these dangerous habits of eating and living.
You just made me think of like talking about eating all the carbohydrates, like carb cleanse is what I'm thinking of. Like a carb cleanse, like the carb cleansing that never works, and it never did for me. I don't think it worked for you.
We both even tried fruitarian diets. Like, we weren't just vegan eating Beyond Meat, processed junk. We were whole foods, vegan, plant-based eaters. So you can't get cleaner or healthier than that. And we tried the whole raw fruitarian diet as well. I would argue that when I ate only like 20 bananas and a whole watermelon a day, I was the sickest I ever was. Okay. I was bloated. I was weak. I was tired. I felt like I was building disordered eating habits. So I really feel hopeful after hearing this, because this type of conversation needs to happen. And the whole pushing for these very unhealthy diets needs to stop, like yesterday.
Yes. Just with more of us women coming out and sharing about what we've experienced through our own health healing through carnivore. Like, if you've had experience, share that. Like, more people need to hear about what experience you've healed through eating more meat and more animal fats.
Yes.
Especially women talk about fats.
Absolutely.
Eating higher fat for women it's just transformed our health.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So share your experiences. If you were vegan just like us, we'd love to know how it went for you. I hope it reaches people who are not yet open to the idea of carnivore, or who do not even know about the truth of food and health and diet just yet. And they're still very much in the old school way of thinking, like no butter, saturated fat causes heart attacks. Like, let's start spreading truth and setting the record straight from now on. I'm 28. She's only 34. The fact that we found this lifestyle and the truth so early on, I'm very grateful for. And we definitely feel like it's our responsibility to help young women and our generation to also realize the truth.
Wherever you are in your health journey, make sure that you're listening to your body. And also, whatever lifestyle or diet you follow, you are totally allowed to follow whatever way feels the best for you. Yet tune into, is this helping, or is this helping my body? Is this helping my mind? Is this helping my health for me and for the planet?
And block out the noise. Block out all of the rest of the useless noise. Listen to your body. It's not your fault if you have health issues. Okay. Don't forget that these foods, these processed foods, were designed to hook you. Always remember that. And we are here to help if you need help. Speaking of not wanting to feel alone in your healing journey, I recommend that you all find your tribe. And there are so many online communities out there right now that are so open-minded, so welcoming, and so safe. Mine personally is called the Steak and Butter Gang, and I actually created it 5 years ago just for the purpose of making friends. I myself was feeling incredibly lonely, being the only carnivore that I knew. And 6 years into the carnivore diet, I have met some of the most amazing human beings and made some of my closest friends to this day thanks to the Steak and Butter Gang and thanks to this online community. If you're looking for friends, looking for support, or just looking for a team of fantastic coaches to help you and guide you through the hurdles, get you to your goals, make sure that you're doing everything the best way possible, then I invite you all to join the Steak and Butter Gang. We're open 365 days a year, anytime. Just sign up, hop into the calls that we have almost every single day, and enjoy the community and support. For more details or to directly come right in and get the help you need, just go to the URL shown on the screen, sbgmeetup.com, or click the links down below in the description box. Thanks all for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one. SBG out.